13.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do it do? We back with another video, and today, ladies and gentlemen, so much news to talk about, wrestling related, non-wrestling related. A lot of stuff has gone down, and I mean a lot of stuff. So, hey, if you're new to this channel, do your boys a favor. You see that button that says subscribe? Click it. I promise you it's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. It takes 2 seconds to click that button. Maybe less than 2 seconds. Maybe less than 1 second. Just click it.
Speed run it.
Speed run it. That's a fact. By the way, I'm here with my friend Tro. Tro, what's up, man?
What is up? As you can see, I am somewhere dark. I wonder
Fact.
where I am.
Facts. So before we begin, I actually have some big news regarding this channel. Because we actually have somebody returning to the channel. Maybe Monday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The F in FCT, Mr. Frank Hudson, will be joining us on Monday. He hit me up today. He messaged me. He said that he was at home for the time being and he was down to do a couple of videos. Now, unfortunately, it's a busy weekend for me. I know that because Frank wanted to do a video today with me, but I told him we were doing one with Tro. And I know that Frank doesn't discuss anything past 2007 or whatever. So he didn't want to do the show. So this weekend, like I said, is a busy weekend for me. I know I have my nephew's birthday party tomorrow. And then Sunday, Super Bowl. Hopefully watching at my buddy Nader's house. So shout out to Nader. So Monday would be the earliest I would get to do a show with Frank. So he was hoping, right? And also, they're just getting the non-wrestling news out of the way here, Tro. I know you don't follow rap and hip hop, but just kind of bear with me on this one here. I know that there has been a, a, a rap beef, a feud, if you will, between Eminem and this guy named Benzino. Now, Tro, I know you don't know who Benzino is, so Benzino was an owner of the Source magazine, which is like one of the most illustrious magazines in all of hip hop, right? And this guy Benzino, he was an owner of it, and I guess he and Eminem they had something happened between the two of them, whatever. Not gonna get into all that. Eminem dissed him a couple times in tracks and all that stuff, and blah blah blah. And then it kind of died down after Eminem dissed him. Benzino kind of shut his mouth and just kind of faded off into obscurity. Well, recently, while I was on a cruise, as a matter of fact, I guess Eminem had dropped a song called "Lyrical Lemonade" Part Two, or I'm sorry, it was called "Doomsday Part 2." And in the song, he had dissed Benzino, and all this stuff happened there, whatever. And reactors, YouTube reactors, and I'm going to spit names because I follow a lot of people, and I'm not talking trash about anybody in the reaction world. Reactors like No Life Shack, Knox Hill, um, Vibe Reactions, who, by the way, Vibe Reactions has been on this channel, so shout out to Ray. I hope he watches this. I hope he sees this shout out because that's awesome. But shout out to Vibe Reactions. He's a dope person, a dope dude. Um, love Ray. And everybody go subscribe to Shaq, Knox. Everybody I'm mentioning here every reactor I mentioned, go show them some love. Go react to their stuff because they're great reaction channels. They're very intuitive. They're very informative. All that stuff. Some of them are hilarious. But yeah, so Knox Hill, No Life Shack, Vibe Reactions, and one most notably, uh, Cliff Beats had reacted. And I say that he's the most notable one because, well, Benzino saw his reactions, and I guess he decided to copyright strike him. For what? I don't know. I mean, because Benzino. Oh, I should mention this. Benzino did some diss tracks towards Eminem, and reactors were reacting to that. I don't think I mentioned that part, so I skipped that part, but that's very important. But Benzino had dropped diss tracks, and reactors reacted to it, and they gave their honest opinion, right? And I heard the diss tracks, and I like the second one better than the first one, honestly. I liked the lines when he said that you go after pop stars because you can't go after real lyricists because you know you get destroyed. I'm like, okay, that's a good point because he mentioned certain pop stars that Eminem went after, blah, blah, blah. Troy, I know this is boring you, so I'll try to wrap this up. But basically what happened was Benzino copywrote all the reactors that he didn't like talking about him or whatever. And I side with the reaction channel here because, like, fair use law, right? And he didn't like none of the like all the reactions that I saw. Nobody slandered Benzino. Nobody attacked him. Nobody came after him. Personally, it was all like, I like this line, but this line was kind of corny, or this line was this, but this line was that. That kind of thing. Constructive criticism, in my opinion. If I sound like I have a cold, it's because I do. I apologize. But anyway. So then after Benzino started dissing or started clapping channels, Max Hill came out with a diss, and I suggest everybody go watch this diss because it's hilarious. It's called Clout Cobain, and it's hilarious. Maybe I'll do a reaction to it because it's hilarious. But anyway, that's all for the non-wrestling related stuff because we got wrestling related stuff. We and Tro here. Tro, why don't you go ahead and tell people what we're doing today while I go get a tissue.
We are, oh boy, that does not look good. We are reviewing Elimination Chamber 2013, which features the main event of CM Punk and The Rock. How things do not change. Time is truly a flat circle. So we're back doing retro reviews. What's more retro than a Rock return? In 2013, was that now 11 years ago? Yeah, 11 years ago, 2013. CM Punk.
This particular show, I heard what you said, by the way. What's more retro than The Rock? Yeah, I know, right? So this date took place February 17th, 2013. So 6 days before my birthday, actually. So, guys, by the way, I apologize if I sound kind of bad. I have a cold. Fortunately, I went to the doctor yesterday, and everything looks good. It is just a cold. So, yeah. It is just a cold, like a runny nose, because nothing else really. I have a little bit of a cough as well, but that's whatever. Anywho, see, you can hear it. Anyway, yeah, what's more retro than talking about The Rock, right? And do you want to talk about that first?
I think we should bring up what's recently happened with The Rock when we get to his match.
Okay, we could do that. We could definitely do
because it kind of does fall together, like what's happening now and what happened then.
Facts. Let me just go ahead and share this link with people so that they know we're live.
This show did take place in New Orleans.
New Nolans.
I don't think this happened at the maybe it happened at the Smoothie Center, but maybe they didn't call it that back then. And if I remember correctly, because the timelines probably add up, they probably announced that WrestleMania 30 was going to be at New Orleans probably right around this time too.
Yeah.
I think that probably makes sense because they probably had like The Rock like, oh guys, we're going to be here next year, WrestleMania 30.
Right. Yeah. So little fun fact about this show. Like I said, this took place 6 days before my birthday, actually before my 20th birthday. Oh wait, didn't mean to do that. And I actually saw this show live as it happened, and I remember I remember watching this. We were going to go to a place called Ren and Jerry's, which is where we normally went to go at the time, watch our pay-per-views. And for some reason, Ren and Jerry's was not airing the show. And sorry, I'm typing stuff here. Okay. There we go. So like I was saying, we went to a place called Ren and Jerry's because we thought they were airing the show. It turns out that they were not airing the show. And so then we being my dad and my uncle and my cousin, we went to I can't remember the name of the place. It was like a random building that was like right around the corner from Ren and Jerry's, and we watched the pay-per-view there. So that's my memories of this show, and it was a good show. It was actually a really good show. I enjoyed this show very much. So like you said, it took place in Nolans at the Nolans Arena.
Now, did you watch the preview show that was available on YouTube, which I found out about a couple hours ago?
I did not watch the pre-show.
Okay, good. It would literally had only one match.
Okay. See, that's the thing is I don't watch pre-shows because to me, pre-shows are all the same thing. They run down the matches over and
Well,
over.
you know what?
Over.
This was pre-network. This was pre-network pre-show, so they were just telling you, but call up your pay-per-view provider, please, for the love of God, watch this show, pay $60.
Pay us your money. Yeah.
And do you know who was in this pre-show match?
Oh yeah, because you've messaged me about it. Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow versus Tons of Funk, Brodus Clay, and Albert.
I wonder what happened to one of those guys.
Well, guess who took the pinfall in the loss?
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Cody Rhodes. Cody took the pin.
Damn.
Oh my! Cody Rhodes opens the show. They have to run it back this year.
Well, you know what? According to internet fans, he's buried. He's.
I think Cody has to finish the story at WrestleMania. I think we have to have Damian Sandow and Cody versus Tons of Funk.
Back.
He has to finish the story.
Yeah. There were, let's see, 13,000 people were in attendance. That's it, 13,000 people. Damn. With a buy rate of 213,000, so 213,000, I guess, bought the pay-per-view. 13,000 were there live. Doesn't seem like a strong showing. But
no.
Then again, it's 2013 Elimination Chamber. So like we said on the pre-show, Tons of Funk beat Cody, the Rhodes Scholars, Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow. Then we kick off the show with the world champion Alberto Del Rio defeating the Big Show by submission. Boy, this card just did not age well, did it?
Now do you? I think they edited it off the Peacock version, but do you remember the big botch in this match?
Was it that kick?
Yes. So the first time Del Rio's supposed to kick Big Show, he misses. So Big Show has to look like an idiot just holding the bucket.
Yes. Then Del Rio had to go for his second time.
He connected the second time.
Yeah. Thank goodness, because that would have been funny if it didn't. Alberto Del Rio was sort of their attempt at a Eddie Guerrero type babyface or a Rey Mysterio type babyface. Even it just didn't hit with the fans for whatever reason.
No.
Alberto is not a good guy. Let's just say that.
No.
Next match was Cesaro defeating The Miz by disqualification for the U.S. title, and The Miz was the challenger. Now, if you're the challenger and you're going after the champion, why would you do something to lose by disqualification. Because that means that he gets a low blow or whatever.
Yeah, Miz. This was right before the Miz got mentored by Ric Flair, like a week or two before he became the new Ric Flair for like 2 weeks.
Yes. Next match.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on this match?
It's always nice to see Cesaro.
Yeah, he's impressively strong. He is
He's crazy strong.
He's got that strength, bruh. And the Miz is all, hey, let's give the Miz his flowers right here real quick, because the Miz deserves his flowers. Miz is a great worker. I don't care what anybody says. He came from reality television. He came from the real world. Yeah, and how many of those people are you seeing on a daily basis?
This is 2013, Miz. This was at this point he was already WWE champion at some point. Now he was just, hey, let's make him a face. Oh well, that didn't work.
Yeah. Anyway, next match was Jack Swagger, because he had that lisp. Jack Swagger defeating Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Mark Henry, Kane, and Daniel Bryan. Was this the chamber? I remember what? Yeah, it is. Yes. Yeah. Jack Swagger won, got that world, because Jack Swagger had that world title. I was thinking 20. Did I see 20? I think I saw 2012 too. Because one of them had Santino in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that was probably 2012 because Bryan was champion.
Okay. I do remember seeing this one too, though. This is a very good match, I thought. What did you think?
Jack, this was during that very, very, very short period where they tried to make Jack Swagger a thing. Yes. They hadn't come back. They were like, "We the people," and they had him with Zeb Coulter, and it almost worked, but it failed on so many levels.
Right. Facts.
And this was for the #1 contendership for the world title match at WrestleMania.
What did you think of this "We the People" gimmick?
I thought the weed. I said weed. Weed the people because he got busted for pot. No. It's because Jack Swagger, he got busted for pot, and for like a while people on the internet were like, "Weed the people."
Well, that, and I think that also was the thing that cost him his push.
When I knew that Jack Swagger was screwed.
What?
Because I was at WrestleMania 29, and they gave him the freaking jobber entrance for the world title match. They played the promo for the match as he comes down.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch WrestleMania 29 that year. And the reason was I was out at a restaurant celebrating my sister's birthday. So I kind of tuned in and out. I think we were at Texas Roadhouse. And I tuned in and out of WrestleMania. So I missed that one.
You didn't miss much.
No,
it was pretty much a one match. Really just a one match show. Not even Cena Rock. Not even Cena Rock was very good.
I will say I like that Zeb Coulter promo he cut against Glenn Beck. Thought that was a good one. And it was just because it was entertaining. It was just because it was entertaining. That's all. Whether you agree with him or not, it was entertaining. It was an entertaining promo, and I like that.
Yeah. Dutch Mantel can really talk.
Oh, facts. Next up, The Shield. Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins defeating John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus. And of these three people, of the 6 people in this match, 2 of them are still world champions today. So that's kind of crazy to think about. And one of them is a bona fide Hall of Famer. And one of them is just a crybaby. Actually, I'll even say that Dean Ambrose is a bona fide Hall of Famer. Would you agree?
Everyone here except for Ryback is all guaranteed Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm. Ryback is just a bona fide crybaby. That's
Well, he didn't really do. He didn't. It's not that he's not a guaranteed Hall of Famer because they'll put anybody really in the Hall of Fame at this point. It's just that he really is a shitty person and
yes,
just does not get along with people.
yes. No, this was a really fun match. The Shield, I love the Shield. I love the Shield to this day. On any WWE 2K games I get. By the way, I do plan on pre-ordering WWE 2K24, so I do plan on pre-ordering that. But like on any game I make, I always try to create like a Shield type group, even if it's just for a few days. Because like for me, when I create people in my game, every 30, 40 minutes, I'm changing something about somebody, whether it's the name, whether it's the move set, whether it's the entrance, something. So I'm always constantly changing something about somebody. So like I could create the Shield, but then like 5 minutes later, I'd be like, you know what? They'd be better as good, or they'd be better as singles wrestlers or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So anyway, fun fact about me that way. Next match was Dolph
always nice
Ziggler.
to see. Oh, it always is nice to see the Shield though, especially this is young Roman and young Seth and young Dean.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
And I love their theme, the dun it, dun.
No, you see that I don't like that theme only because I'm so conditioned to boo it after so many years of them trying to make Roman Roman the
I'm glad they got rid of
freaking.
that for Roman when he turned heel. I'm glad. Because this theme hits him so much better right now. Hits him so much better, I should say. Anyway, next match. Dolph Ziggler defeating Kofi Kingston. It was a nothing match. It was okay. It was just sort of there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
This was during that really dark period for Kofi Kingston,
And
where they
Ziggler,
literally had nothing for him.
because and for Ziggler too, because less than a month later, right? I'm sorry, a little over a month later. Well, hang on. When did WrestleMania 20?
He cashes in on April 4th. He cashes in the night after WrestleMania.
April 8th.
8th.
So this one took place February 17th. So between February 17th and April 8th. So that's a little over a month, but anywho, he like you said, he cashed in, he won the world championship and got his big moment. So props to that. So this was just like a nothing match. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see. This was peak Ziggler, right around the time of peak Ziggler, like in ring work wise.
Fans really wanted him to be the champion.
It's nice to see Big E Langston.
Yeah, Big E Langston, because he was still Big E Langston. Yeah.
Yeah, he still had the last name.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna do a sidebar here. I remember one time in high school. I'm going to date myself here, but I graduated 2011. So I went to so one time I'm in a Meester lab, which was where they kept all the computers. And I was bored, and I heard about FCW, and I'm like, let's look at the roster for FCW. And I saw Biggie Langston, and he had the mohawk and everything going. I'm like, oh, he looks good, but he probably won't be shit in the WWE. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Because they also go ahead.
They kind of floundered with Big E though for a while because, like, after he was done with all the Dolph stuff, he eventually became IC champion, right? And he just did jack shit. It was Xavier who saved Kofi and Big E.
Yes, and I think Xavier is due for a world title run. How about you?
Nah, he lacks it. He's also just too comedy, and he just don't lean on comedy too much. I can't take him seriously as a world champion.
Really?
Kofi worked because Kofi's athletic, and you could believe that he's intense enough to win. Xavier Woods is just too goofy for me. It's like I like him. I like him as a person. Great in ring personality. Not world champion. It's like it would be like putting it on Roy Heath Slater.
I disagree, because if you ever heard Xavier Woods' passionate promos, you would be like, yeah, this guy should be champion.
I can't take him. I couldn't take him seriously.
Oh, I could. I could definitely take Xavier Woods seriously as a world champion. They got rid of the freaking trombone Francesca.
Yeah.
So anyway, then we have Caitlyn successfully defending the Divas Championship. Thank God they got rid of that belt, against Tamina. And I'm going to say something right here, right now. And this doesn't get spoken about enough, but quite frankly, Tamina should have had a singles run as champion. She was so good, was she not?
I mean, if they kept on ignoring that last name, I think she could have done something more.
Bro, okay. Tamina is one of my favorite wrestling heels of the women's division. Tamina, Victoria, and Jazz. Those three chicks. And Nia Jax. I'm going to say Nia Jax. And Shayna Baszler. So 5 of them. All 5 of them, great heels. And do you even remember Jazz?
She was before my time, but I do remember hearing about her.
Jazz was a beast, dog. I mean,
yeah, I've seen her stuff.
She was an awesome Kong before Kong came around. You know what I mean? Like not in terms of size or nothing, but just that unbeatable energy. That's what Jazz was. I mean, go watch her match. In my opinion, she made Trish the babyface that Trish was. Go watch the Jazz versus Trish matches, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
So it was nice to see Caitlyn.
Yeah,
Caitlyn was underrated.
Was she? You think?
I feel like she had a good spear.
She had a good spear.
She had a very good spear.
They tried,
but I feel like no one ever talks about her.
Yeah, or Eve Torres.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of iffy of Eve.
Really? Hey, come on. Eve Torres is from Denver, Colorado. Don't disrespect Eve.
I don't know. She kind of disrespected my boy Zack Macardona out there.
She was born in Boston. Wait.
So she's not even from Colorado. There you go.
She was born in Boston and grew up in Denver, Colorado. Okay. So she grew up here in Denver. So I'll take that. That's a victory. Because I grew up in Denver. How old is she? Yo, she's only 9 years older than me? What? It's crazy. Anyway, I know she has kids now, whatever. Anyway, time to get to the meat and potatoes of the show and of this show that we're talking. And let's just talk about this. So what do you want to talk about first? This match, or do you want to talk about what happened?
Let's get through this match, which was actually pretty good.
It was really good. I liked this match. It was really fun. They teased that the Shield was working with CM Punk. Was this that pay-per-view? Or was that Rumble?
That was Rumble.
Okay.
And it was actually revealed like later on that it was Paul Heyman who was like really pulling all the strings with the Shield and Punk.
Yes. So no, this match was really good. Rock is Hollywood Rock, so he's going to get blown up pretty quick. But CM Punk got the best out of Rock here, in my opinion. What do you think?
So The Rock is very, very good at selling.
Yes.
And I think out of everybody who sells the GTS, Rock sold it the best. Because he always sold it like he was actually being knocked out. Like, I can fault The Rock on all the other stuff, but when it comes to selling, He's like, oh my god, that's actually a very, very good sell there, Rock.
So, should we just
And
get
this was better than their Rumble match by far.
so should we get to what happened now?
What happened? What happened? There was nothing that happened.
Okay, hang on. Hang on a second. So, folks, before we hang on, let me make sure I get the volume all the way up here. Okay. So before we give our thoughts on what happened, I have a little bit of footage to show you from CM Punk. CM Punk had this to say, and I'm not going to quote him or nothing like that. I'm going to let him quote himself. Are you ready? Here we go.
Cody's way too diplomatic. Somebody slaps you, you got to bust him right back in the mouth. That's what I would have done. I want to see Cody punch Rock right in the face. Who wants?
So, for context, folks, let's just discuss what happened. Ready?
We want to starting from Friday on.
So, sure, we could talk about what happened last Friday. So last Friday, Roman was out in the ring, and he had called Cody out to give his answer as to who he wanted to face at the Rumble, right? Am I right so far?
Wanted to face at WrestleMania, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Did I say Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Right.
1 year in the making, guys.
I'm sorry.
I'll face you next year.
Yeah, I meant WrestleMania. Yeah. So anyway, so Roman's in the ring, calls out Cody to see who Cody wants to face at WrestleMania, right? So then The Rock comes out and challenges Roman Reigns, or how did this go on? Because I actually didn't watch this. Because I was
how it went was Cody came out after Roman called him out.
Right.
Said, ran him down and said, I will take the title from you, Roman, but not at WrestleMania. You see, I've been talking to people, and one person wants you even more. And then The Rock came out, and Cody looked absolutely depressed and like he hated life.
Right.
And The Rock's like, I'm here for you, Roman. Everyone's gonna love this angle, guys. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
And they actually edited out the part where Cody looks so depressed because of all the backlash. Like I was half expecting them to just Photoshop Cody smiling.
Uh-huh.
And Cody had his dog with him in the back. So I picture The Rock. I just picture The Rock be like, I own your dog too now. I want your dog. I want your dog, Cody. You're gonna give me my dog. First I take your WrestleMania main event, now I'm gonna take your dog.
That's right. Somebody had actually posted something. See if I can find it because it was funny as fuck. Let's see. It was a SpongeBob meme for that. Did you see it?
Probably.
Okay, so must have been. I think it was Botchamania that did it. So shout out to Botchamania here. Let's see if I can. Really? Oh, there it is. I see it. I got you. Okay. Here. Okay. I got the clip. Folks. I promise I got the clip. You guys ready? Share screen. It was this clip right here. You're familiar with SpongeBob, right?
Of course.
Okay.
My friend He's got something to say.
What? Who said that? Was it you?
Tell him off, SpongeBob. Assert yourself.
That's my ice cream cone.
Great. Now let him have it.
You can have it. Say thanks.
If that's not the most accurate thing, right?
It pretty much was. Cody was like, I want to finish my story, but not at WrestleMania. The Rock came. The Rock's using his executive force powers. Rock said, go home, mid-Carter.
Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. So that's what happened last week on SmackDown. After that happened, a lot of fan backlash took place. People were so upset. Oh, The Rock took Cody's spot, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting here watching.
He did.
Page. Go ahead.
I mean, he did. I mean, it was trending for 3 days, and what happened yesterday was a pivot.
Right. Do you think that was a pivot, or do you think that that was part of
No, it was definitely a pivot, because there's no way that they expected this kind of backlash. They were going to be perfectly fine with doing Seth versus Cody at WrestleMania and just have Rock versus Roman. Because for years, people have been like, oh, Rock versus Roman. Yes, we wanted Rock versus Roman, but not at the cost of Cody.
So you think this is 2014 all over again?
Oh, yeah.
So a decade later, it happens again? And you don't think the WWE thought about that?
No. WWE is not... They don't exactly think things through. Even under Triple H, they don't exactly think things through. Because even under Triple H, that whole Daniel Bryan situation happened. Even if it was Vince McMahon running the things, he was still up there.
The fan outrage was crazy. We want Cody everywhere you saw, pretty much. It was crazy. So then last night, they had a press conference for WrestleMania 40. Becky Lynch was there. Rhea Ripley was there. They teased that they were gonna battle for the championship. But where's Liv Morgan in that, right? So we got to think about Liv Morgan.
Oh no, she can be in the battle royal.
You mean Chamber?
Oh, she's gonna lose the Chamber. Becky's gonna win the Chamber.
You think?
Yeah, Liv Morgan can be in the women's battle royal in the pre-show that no one watches.
Ouch. Damn, don't do Liv like that, man.
I don't really like Liv.
Don't do. Oh, bro.
I don't see the appeal in her.
Dog.
I don't see the appeal in her. She's like Alexa Bliss. She's blonde and athletic.
Oh. Say psych right now.
She's blonde and athletic and a little kooky. Ooh.
Say
if I wanted to
right now.
She's like a taller version of Alexa Bliss. Somewhat taller. She's probably due back soon too.
Well, Alexa just had a baby girl, so.
Yeah, Becky had a baby too, and she was back like a few months later.
Becky gave birth. When did Becky give? Was it a few weeks or months? I mean,
it's a few months because she returned at SummerSlam of 22 because she surrendered the title to Asuka.
Yeah.
And that was in May.
Becky gave birth in December of 2020, and then
returned in 21. Then,
yeah, she returned in 2021 in August, so 8 months. So within her daughter's birth and yeah. And her return was 8 months. So, anywho, we're not going to disrespect Liv like that. First of all, watch your mouth when you talk about Liv. Watch your mouth when you talk about Alexa.
Look, winning the women's battle royal at WrestleMania is a very big achievement. Think of all the other past winners, like I don't know. I honestly don't remember who's won the women's battle royal at WrestleMania.
I'm allergic to your bullshit here, bro.
I honestly don't remember though. I can remember some of the men's royal battle royal winners, but
Yeah,
I can't honestly
yeah.
remember any of the women's.
Yeah. So anyway, wait, do I have a woman? No, I don't. Okay. So anyway, so then they had a press conference last night. Becky and Rhea were there, and then Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came out. They kind of had a little bit of a back and forth, and then Roman said that he's choosing to face The Rock because Cody was taking his sweet time. And so Roman said, "You know what? I'm the tribal chief. I don't got that kind of time. I'm going to pick my opponent for WrestleMania right now, and I'm going to pick The Rock." And The Rock came out to just a bunch of boos and blah blah blah. And he goes, "Whether you like it, whether you don't, you're gonna respect it." Because our family lineage, and he just talked about the family lineage or whatever. And Cody came out and he goes, hold on. And he came out, they didn't give him his theme song for whatever reason. But he came out and he goes, this is some bullshit. And he said that too. They had to censor him. He goes, this is some bull, right? And he started talking about Roman and the Rocks and all that stuff. And Roman mentioned that Cody was this is the line that got me, was Roman goes, "You're irrelevant, just like your father." And I was like, oh, now if I'm Cody, I'm swinging on that line alone. You're not about to
Cody doesn't like that.
Yeah, you ain't about to disrespect my dad like that. Like, I even told my dad this. I said, if anybody ever called you irrelevant, Pops, I would smack him in the face. So,
and you know what the funniest part of this whole thing is?
What?
This when Roman says that, Seth, who's out there looking like an absolute loser, which he's been buried to be so, he's like, you can't disrespect his father like that. After Seth literally disrespected Cody's father during their whole feud, dressed up in polka dots for the Hell in a Cell match, just to, you can't disrespect his father. Only I can.
I did like that Seth was out there to kind of back Cody up, because Roman had back up at The Rock, or vice versa, however you want to look at that.
Seth Rollins is buried.
Nice, right? And anyway, so they go kind of back and forth about your family's this and that, and all of a sudden, and then Cody says the line like, "You guys claim that you guys are at the head of the table, but neither one of you cooked or have cooked in about 2 years." And I was like, "Oh damn, here we go, right?" And I was like, let's just let them fight, get it over with, right? And so that was said, and then Rock said, "Hey, when you're talking about his family, you're talking about my family. When you're talking about his ancestors, you're talking about my ancestors." And now we got a problem. And then he proceeded to slap Cody.
Well, the thing that set off The Rock was when Cody told Roman,
he told him
Rock's grandfather would be disappointed, his grandfather would be disappointed, and that's something that. And you can really dissect this whole scenario here, because Roman claims that he's the head of the table. The Rock feels like he's the head of the table. He obviously is the more head of the table than Roman is.
Right.
And it was The Rock who said, "Don't disrespect our family." And Roman is in the background, like he's one of the lackeys of The Rock. He's now like the Solar or Jimmy role for this scenario. Like he's not outright acknowledging that The Rock's the head of the table, but he's like, "Yeah, no, he's got this. He's defending our family. I'm not."
Right. Which brings us to, because then right after that segment went off and everybody kind of got split off, they asked CM Punk, because they had like the analyst table. They asked CM Punk what he thought, and here's CM Punk's thoughts.
Cody's way too diplomatic. Somebody slaps you, you got to bust them right back in the mouth. That's what I would have done. I want to see Cody punch Rock right in the face. Who wants to see Cody punch Rock in the face? Yeah, Cody's way too diplomatic. Somebody's.
So that's what CM Punk had to say. He had more to say, but that's what I'll show for now. So
it looks
Go
like
ahead.
we're getting. So it looks like that we're either getting we're probably getting a triple threat because The Rock is going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. So we'll probably get a triple threat between The Rock, Cody, and Roman. If Cody pinning Roman to win the title.
So, do you want to hear something that I saw somebody mention last night in a comment section from somewhere? Because this is actually very interesting, and when you think about it, you put it all together, it makes sense. So, are you ready?
Yep.
Somebody had mentioned last week that Cody and Rock had a conversation before the confrontation. And as Cody came out, or as The Rock came out and Cody left, Rock whispered something in Cody's ear. We don't know what was said, right? Check this out. What if this whole thing between The Rock and Roman is a ruse, or this thing between this beef, this feud between Cody and The Rock is a ruse, right? Because Cody said that he was going to take everything from Roman. So he's going to take everything. He's going to take the bloodline away, take the title away. He has nothing, right? So what if that slap that The Rock gave Cody was part of a bigger plan to make Roman think that The Rock is on his side?
Maybe. We still have 2 months for it to play out.
Right. But, and then like at WrestleMania, let's say during the main event of Cody versus Roman, Cody is down or whatever, or like somebody tries to come out and interfere on Roman's behalf. The Rock comes out and attacks him, and Cody gets the
You see, my biggest fear of having The Rock involved in that match as a non-competitor is that they're going to have him freaking just rock bottom Cody and have Roman win.
God.
Could you imagine? You see, I'd be pissed off, but I'd also be laughing my ass off because that is hilariously awful.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If it were reversed and The Rock came out and rock bottom Roman for Cody to pin him, would you be just as pissed?
I'd be probably annoyed because then it's kind of like The Rock beating Roman, and it should be Cody. See, as I started thinking about like how the match for WrestleMania would play out if it was a 3-way, the way I could see it ending is that The Rock hits the spinebuster on Cody. He's about to hit the people's elbow, bounces off the rope. Roman spears The Rock. That takes The Rock out for the mat the rest of the way. Cody kips up, crossroads, Roman 1, 2, 3.
So clean pin.
Clean pin, yeah, because Roman has to be. He's been pinned clean once, but he hasn't been pinned clean for the title.
Right. That makes
or in a singles match. I guess this wouldn't be a singles match either, but still.
That makes sense. Well, folks, let us know in the comment section what you thought of. I don't know why I did that, but let us know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of the press conference that took place last night as of this live video.
We also have SmackDown going on right now.
We do have SmackDown going on right now.
Triple H is going to announce what we're going to find out. Apparently, what's going to happen with Seth Rollins' title.
Hang on, Trill, because I'm lucky here. SmackDown is going on for you right now as we speak, but for me, it starts in 25 minutes. So,
oh my god, I can't believe it! It's Hulk Hogan. He's challenging Cody. I'm finishing my story, brother. I want to beat Roman Reigns.
Stone Cold comes out. Stone Cold stunners Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
Oh my God! What are we going? It's going to be a 6-pack challenge at WrestleMania.
A 6-pack. Cody Rhodes versus The Rock versus Hulk Hogan versus Stone Cold versus Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
And oh, by the way, you were right our last show when you said that they're probably going to Benoit Vince McMahon because
Yeah.
they have Benoit Vince McMahon because now Pat McAfee is undefeated at WrestleMania.
Facts. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Please enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Be smart. Don't do anything stupid. Until next time, he's Trosov. I'm CJ. We out.